Hello, and welcome to another one. Uh, this is going to be a little bit of a fun video. Um, the internet has been going crazy the last week or so over the question that somebody posed on a Twitter thread: 100 men versus a gorilla. And I want to give my take on it. I feel people are missing a couple key details. So, first and foremost, as people, um, we have developed a few things over the millennia, and there's a reason that we're at the top of the food chain. From our ability to create and use tools, to the fact that anytime we move into a new biome, we instantly become the top of the food chain. Um, we are not the most physically imposing from a strength standpoint. However, I do feel people, uh, the average layperson, greatly underestimates the strength of a man. And to keep in context, this is the post. The post was 100 men dedicated to the task versus a gorilla. So, for whatever reason, maybe this gorilla talk about their mama. I don't know. All I know is these motherfuckers want that goddamn gorilla. And they go get that goddamn gorilla. And in the post, it's implying that they're barehanded. So, gorillas are stronger physically than people. And I think people kind of have this in their conceptualized in their head that like, oh, people would be going up to this silverback gorilla one-on-one and be boxing with them. And, gorillas are anywhere from four to six times stronger than a person. And the thing is, a lot of people don't know that gorillas are a prey animal. That's not to say that they aren't physically imposing, that they could not do damage to an individual, but these things have not developed any sense of warfare, fight science, or anything like that. They're in cases where people have been mauled by gorillas, people are typically getting mauled for several minutes. Mind you, most of those people do live. They're horrifically scarred and injured, but they do live. I've seen anywhere from 5 to 30 minutes of a gorilla just beating the ever-living shit out of a person. So, not only that, but you have to keep in mind that in terms of 100 men, this is not a video game. Like, this is straight up unfair to the gorilla. Just being real. Even if you said like, hey, look, this is a gauntlet style, everybody one by one, which would be idiotic. Like, people would never do that. Honestly, the gorilla would never fight anyway. If a gorilla saw 100 people coming at it, motherfucker's gonna turn tail and run. Rightfully so. I don't think there's too many things where it's 100 of it coming at you. You're not like, oh, I need to put some distance between me and that. Like seriously. But the biggest thing that I think people are missing is you can drop people in this biome with this gorilla, and this gorilla is probably gonna murk a few people. I would say it's probably not out of the realm of possibility to say he go get a good solid 5 to 10. This is the thing that most people are not factoring in. Gorillas are not stamina beasts. Like, he's going to start getting tired. These are animals that are all or nothing. Gorillas can be very explosive. They can cover a lot of ground. These are the advantages that a person has. Gorillas are in fact quadrupeds. They are able to erect themselves and be on their hind legs for a bit of time. However, that is not their modality. You see it in the awkwardness of their movements. we are bipeds. And as a result of that, we do have a little bit of agility advantage there. And just in terms of surrounding and actually maneuvering around a threat. As a quadruped, you gotta versus, I simply move that way. And on top of this, the biggest number one reason why I believe people would come through, I know that people would come through Mozilla, Yo Killer, Humans in 5. The reason why we go pull it out, it's in the name, Homo sapiens. We're tool makers. You can put us in an environment barehanded. What do? How do we subdue the environment? We create tools, devices, weapons to subdue the environment. Gorillas live in pretty arboreal spaces. So trees, grasslands, things like that. There's plenty of shit to make some useful tools out of. Even if this gorilla has a lot of advantages over us, guess what? We just gonna make tools to even the playing field. Even if you drop 100 people in and this gorilla is right on top of their ass, if there's materials around, hey, somebody gotta stand in the line real quick. But we about to make some shit to fuck that gorilla up. A couple basic rudimentary spears. Hey, knock down some decent branches. Get a rock. Form a rudimentary point. Motherfucker's done. So even if you drop people in barehanded, that does not mean that people will stay barehanded. I don't think some people have ever been in a fight before in their life. Especially if you fighting for your life, everything fucking fair. I don't give a fuck what it is. I might throw your ass in a goddamn trash can. Yo, if there's a rock, if there's a stick or whatever, you probably gonna get hit with it. Some shit is a brawl. Gorillas don't do that. So yeah, you might be stronger than me, but just even from a problem standpoint, we as people, we are smarter. We have the experience of warfare and tactics. And that's not even mentioning fight science. There are certain styles that we have that I think probably would do well in such an encounter. It's just jujitsu. This powerful beast and everything. Yeah, hey, guess what? It's all about using one's strength against him. Granted, gorilla doesn't necessarily have human proportions, but it's human-ish. It's from the Hominidae clade, so it's a man-like ape, really. But they have the same weaknesses we do. Hey, eyes, balls, soft tissues, dig into that motherfucker. The neck, you get it in a triangle choke, you get it in a guillotine. Hey, look, 100 people, even if you just dog pile that motherfucker, he is not busting out like this freaking anime character. He's going down. Honestly, this question is unfair. I'll tell you what would be a more interesting question. And this is another thing people don't know. Gorillas frequently get hunted and killed by chimpanzees, which, genetically speaking, is our closest living relative from a species standpoint. And chimpanzees are roughly about 1.5 to 3 times stronger than the average person. So that strength advantage, once again, gets canceled out a lot of times just in in their own biome, because chimpanzees actually do practice some rudimentary degree of warfare, and they will fashion tools. That's what to aid in their endeavors. So that's my take on it. Humans win. You're probably gonna have some casualties of about, I would say, anywhere from 5 to 10. And even if I get to, and I'll say this too, if I get to choose the 100, I think I could probably get a lineup out that would not lose a man. Probably would get injured, but I'm going straight for a mixture of fighters and Nordic strongmen. People like Hafthor Bjornsson, better known as the Mountain. I'm going for guys like that really are moving freaking boulders and mountains. Just because from a strategy standpoint, I think if you had 2 or 3 guys like that approaching a gorilla, that strength advantage is greatly narrowed, and it would allow for basically somebody to go for the soft bits, like I said earlier, to a couple people get his arms, somebody get a choke locked in. He's done. I don't give a fuck. I'm taking a mountain over a goddamn gorilla. Hey, Mountain actually knows how to fight too. Like, but that's my take on it. Let me know yours down below. I'm sure this is gonna be an interesting little debate. But peace. Hope y'all have a great one. I'm gonna be coming back with something a little bit more serious tomorrow to kind of finish out the week. Thank you. Have a good one. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe.